210 Boxing TV. Here we are with trainer and coach Bill Haney, riding around in the vet. Just finished Devin Haney's workout today, sparring. How do you feel Devin's preparing right now with Kambosos and how everything's going?
Oh, absolutely, man. This camp is going good, you know. 210 Boxing with the gift and the whole nine.
Oh yeah, you already know how we do.
No, camp is going good. Like I say, you know, a person like George Kambosos, who has nothing to lose at this point in time. You know what I mean? He's a man that was on top of the world in his country.
Undisputed.
Not undisputed, but unified.
Oh yeah,
champ.
I know what you mean. Yeah, he was
unified champ. And
he was riding high off the win off tail.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I guess as you would expect, you know what I mean, as a young fighter, to get to that kind of position, but the very rare fighters, right? They buckle down even harder. You know what I mean? It's they say it's hard to get there and even harder to stay there. So we're not taking George Kambosos lightly, no matter what anyone says, no matter what the odds makers say. He's still the same guy that everyone said that we need to be cautious about. The fight is still everything that it was before in terms of caution, and you know, just on October the 15th, inshallah, God willing, everything is just going to be all right.
You had a little thing back in Australia, right? So you weren't able to go, and then the last hour you were actually able to make it. How important was that to you to be there for your son's crowning moment and to watch that live and be there in person?
Oh, absolutely. Well, I didn't actually have anything in Australia. It was something that
what was the States?
Yeah. That was in my past. That they took a look at, and it was 20-something years ago before I had Devin, and yeah, you know, thank you to the Australian government. They took a look at it. Top ranks attorneys that were behind it, Lou DeBella, who also played his part, was very instrumental in making it happen, and you know, things worked out. You know, so now it's a short celebration. I was only there for 30 hours. Of course, we were victorious. It was a short celebration, and then we got back to work.
Now, I wanted to ask you, not looking past Kambosos, but a lot of people are expecting Lomachenko to be next. How do you feel about Lomachenko?
Lomachenko is a good fighter. He's the kind of fighter that will definitely bring out the best in Devin. The better the fighter, the better the Devin performs. You know, I mean, it's a fight that we've always campaigned for. You know what I mean? And looks like it could quite possibly be next after George Kambosos. Inshallah, God willing. You know, but we have to handle our business with George Kambosos. We have to be professional about it. We can't overlook him. We can't act like it's nothing. It's a walk in the park. We have to be professional about it. We're approaching it like professionals, and
he's going to be desperate. I mean, you're expecting a desperate Kambosos.
Yeah, well, you know,
now
desperate can be, desperate can be unpredictable, and an unpredictable style, when taken for granted, can be exploited. So we don't want to take it for granted. You know what I mean? Or in any shape, form, or fashion.
Now, there's been a lot of talk online. I know you've seen it. People saying, you know, Pitbull Cruz beats Haney, Tank beats Haney. How do you feel about, you know, people saying this guy and that guy beat your son?
Well, you know, that's the thing. That's the position that to be in.
Like basically what they're saying is that he has no power, and that's why they're picking these other guys.
Well, styles make fights. They pick their fighter that they like based on whatever style that he brings. You know what I mean? We're 28-0. Undisputed champion of the lightweight division, and you know, we have to take on all comers. We have to respect the fact that whatever style that they bring, whatever shit that they talk, right, we're in that position that we want it to be. You know, we want to be where the hungry fighters are looking for Devin. You know, and you know, we take them very serious, like the guys before us should have taken us. But you know, right now we got October the 15th at Rod Laver Arena in Melbourne, Australia, and that's what's on our plate.
Just looking for that basically that repeat performance, or even to be better this time out.
Absolutely, you always want to get better. You know what I mean? So we look to have a better performance. But you know, a win is a win. You want to be victorious, and at this level of play, that's what you ask for.
Do you feel like people underestimate Devin's skills? Me watching him today, the feints, the movement, the jab, the right hand. He goes to the body. You know, he basically does everything. His fundamentals are so sound. Yeah. And me watching you, it was funny because you told me, yo, you think I just talk a lot of shit. And I was like, nah, I saw you coaching. Like you be coaching your ass off. You really are perfectionist in there, and you be really making sure that Devin and everyone on the team, not just Devin, Shamar, Trug, you really make sure that all of them are on the P's and Q's.
Oh, absolutely. You know, I try to be the best set of eyes outside the ring for them, and you know what I mean, give them, you know, an honest assessment of what I see, you know what I mean, and that's all that you can do. And you know, it's good to just have a great crop of young talented fighters.
Now I wanted to ask you last question before we leave off. The whole Tank Davis Haney thing, are you tired of just them bringing y'all up? I heard you say, hey, don't talk about us. If you ain't ready to fight us, we'll fight you next.
Yeah, so what's the question?
No, I mean, the question is basically, are you just tired of hearing it, and you know, are you just tired of them bluffing basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm never tired of the fans, right? Mm-hmm. Or the media that spends countless hours and energy in this sport that we love, that we get paid a handsome ransom to perform. I'm never tired with them. I'm only necessarily tired with the guys that are actually behind the fighters, or sometimes even the fighter himself, with the fake narratives, the excuses, and all the other stuff, when it's easier just to say how good another person is, instead of making up all these other excuses of what they aren't, but why you won't fight them. You know, if they have pillow hands, if he's an email champ, if he's never fought anybody, well, those sounds like things that fit your last opponent. Yeah. Or your opponent before that. You know what I'm saying? So we say in our camp, they say everything except let's fight, and I stand on that. They've made so many different excuses for why they didn't want to negotiate, they don't want to talk about the fight, you know what I mean? That, yeah, it's a bit frustrating dealing with them, because the shit that they pose, you know, they pose as if there's something that they're not. Yeah, they're not actually being, you know, they're talking the talk but not walking the walk.
You feel like they're just frauding right now?
Absolutely. I mean, that would be a word that I don't normally hear in boxing like that. But yeah, I guess if you want to call them frauding, then that's definitely what they're doing.
All right, Bill. It was a pleasure chopping it up with you today. Anything you want to leave off with today?
Oh, no, absolutely. Just, you know, thank you, 210, and shout out to everybody down in Texas, down to San Antonio, right?
Yes, sir.
Down to San Antonio, exactly, man. So shout out to everybody down there. You know, be sure to tune in October the 15th here in the United States, October the 16th in Melbourne, Australia, for complete fireworks. A rematch of the fight between Haney and Kambosos, and it's going to be on ESPN.
All right, man. Appreciate you so much. Thank you.